Hey everybody, Mazer here, and I have two new products to review for you. I don't know if you've seen this on social media, but there's this new trend to create passive income by having a company print artwork on various objects and then having it sold through an Etsy store. It has grown really popular this last year, and Etsy is just chock full of these mass-produced objects that companies make if you provide the art. So I was thinking, hey, I make art sometimes. How about I try this out? So I took some of my favorite art pieces that I've made, slopped them on a few objects, and put them on sale in my Etsy shop. Now, the website I am using is Printful. They're one of the more popular ones that you can connect to your Etsy shop, and they offer you a huge discount to sample 3 products. Well, I only have 2 products I was able to afford currently, so I decided to order those and give them a shot. The first product is this styrofoam. Yes, this is the art piece that I put on the styrofoam. No, it's not. It's what's inside the box. I ordered their Black Glossy microwavable safe, dishwasher safe, ceramic coffee mug. And I put my art on it. I put this Game Over, Return of Ganon, from Legend of Zelda to the Adventure of Link. And yeah, it actually turned out really good. It's been quite some time. What they give you is a template. They put a photo of the mug on the website, and you tell them where to put the image, and then you look at the mock-ups to see how the image looks when it's printed. And for the most part, this turned out really good. The only thing I've noticed is I have a gradient from light to dark. It's very soft. In fact, I'll put the image of what this looks like, I don't know, let's say here. And the gradient for Game Over turned out really, really good, as you can see. However, the gradient for the light to dark is a little more pronounced. You can see that. This is much softer than the actual image. However, it's not that big of a deal. So what I did was I took the image, I removed the gradient for the body, made it a nice soft blue, kept the gradient for the Game Over. So I saw this and I updated it. Now, you'd think, hey, Mazer, this looks really good. It does. However, there's something I want to point out. If you look very carefully, right here, you see that? Right here. You can see there is a discoloration. See that? You see a border up here. You see a border down here. So you have a discoloration all around the mug where the image goes. All right. Now, I used a transparent PNG. And other than this little marking right here, the mug is flawless, and I would have been happy. So I emailed the company and I asked them, Printful, out of curiosity, I used a transparent image. Why is there discoloration between the black of the mug and the background of my image? It's more noticeable to the naked eye, but I'm pretty sure you could see it. Well, Printful got back to me, and they pointed out that there was a bit of description that I missed while setting this up. They mentioned to me that when you make a black mug with a transparent background, which is what they recommend, they put their own black background behind it to make everything, as uniform as possible. However, they straight up tell you on the description of the product that the background they'll use behind your image will not match the black of the cup. Now, for most people, this would not be a big deal. And to me, it really isn't. If this was my mug, if this is something I wanted to keep as my personal product, yeah, I wouldn't care. But, something that I want to sell to people, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the different colors here. It's very noticeable. I don't know. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe it's not. I'll post a photo of it at the end of this video and let everybody decide for themselves. But what I did was, after they explained everything to me, which took less than 24 hours, they had amazing customer service. They did provide me with a refund or an exchange, and I ended up putting this image on a white mug that does not have any discolorations whatsoever when it gets printed. And when the white mug comes in, I will give you guys an update on how that looks. But I want to talk about the print quality. I put this through the ringer. I washed it several times in hot and cold. I scrubbed it with a sponge. I scrubbed it with a rag, and I used dish soap. And yeah, quality is phenomenal. I am legitimately very, very happy with this. Again, the problem that I have with the mug, with this discoloration, that's not the company's fault. They straight up told me that this would happen. I just never read that part of the description. So, that was my bad. However, it is a very nice mug, really sturdy, really has a good weight to it. And I ordered it. It took about 5 days. 4 to 5 days. Yeah, about 5 days. 5 to 6 is more accurate. 5 to 6 days from when I ordered it to when it was shipped. And I am very pleased, actually. Look into the abyss. Yeah. But other than that one problem, which is a personal thing, that's me being nitpicky, has nothing to do with their quality control. I am very happy. It's also, the image is nice and straight. And yeah, there you go. Now the second thing I ordered, which is the reason why we're doing this review on my kitchen counter as opposed to my little black desk. Oh boy, I did not think this through. So I recently purchased a gaming pad for my computer. It's a very nice fabric-y kind of, mouse pad that you put your keyboard and stuff on. And I was like, oh, these are really nice. And they have an option to put your designs on a mouse pad. But they only had two options, a more square one and a more rectangular one. Because of the nature of my design, I went with the more rectangular one, which was like 18 by 36. I didn't really realize how big 36 inches is. So when this came in the mail, I got myself a little... Oh boy, let me just show you. So I made a gamer pad. I looked online, and this size seemed common. Oh boy, yeah, well, let's just roll it out. It is so big, I can't even get it on camera. But yeah, this is my Splatterhouse mouse pad. My Splatterhouse Eternal mouse pad, where I took Splatterhouse and I combined it with Doom. It is absolutely massive. Look at that. It is absolutely ginormous. To put it in perspective, here's the mug on top of that. Yeah, it's huge. But that was my fault. Now, the quality of the artwork is surprisingly good. It's really good. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on some spots here. Mostly on his crotch, apparently. Now, I know it looks very pixelated. As you can see, like right here and here and here. And I know it looks like the colors were bled in all right here and very sharp. And that is not a print problem. That is actually how I designed this before I sent it out. I wanted to give it kind of a, I don't know, a cartoon look, but in the end I don't think it ended up working very well because you get a bunch of these artifacts like right here. It's hard to see with the camera. You get a lot of sharp edges. That was my fault. The biggest notice I saw, though, was right here on the blade. This has a glow that fades into the blade, okay? But on the print, hit my camera, on the print, you can see that it's squared off. You see like that? It doesn't flow at all. And the blade is very blurred because of that is, again, that's my fault. I'll explain why. So when I uploaded this edited version of my work, Printful showed me the mock-ups of what it would look like. And it looked just like this. Square patch and everything, blur and everything. And I never noticed it. After I got this in the mail, I was like, oh my God, this looks just like the art piece I made. And then I noticed the blade. So I went online to ask them what happened. And before I did, I went to their website. I looked at my mock-ups, and what they showed on the mock-up is exactly how this turned out. Again, my fault, but this is why it's important to sample your product before you sell it on the market. Okay? So this one I'm actually really god dang happy about. I mean, so I updated the image. I made it less red. I made it more distinct so you can see all the details. I got rid of the glow completely so the sword pops out a lot more. And I offer the two different sizes that I'm selling now. But really, this is phenomenal. I am so, look at this. I am so happy with how this turned out. For real, it is really good. It's showing up super red on camera. I might color correct this, but in reality, it is just wonderfully done. It's a nice thick material, as you can see right here. It's well sewn. There's no stitches missing. There's no torn bits between the rubber and the cloth, or the no slip grip mat, as it were. And despite its size and user error, I really absolutely love this. I don't know what I'll use this for, though, since it's so big, because this is way too big for my desk. My desk literally cannot handle a pad this size, but I don't know. Maybe I'll use it on game nights or something. I'll put it on my coffee table so people could put the board games down, or a card game mat. There you go. But yeah, I was really, really impressed with how this turned out. So there you go. That is my little review here. So what do I want to talk about with Printful? I want to discuss their customer service. They got back to me within 12 hours after my first question. And every email exchange after that was probably within 20 to 30 minutes to 2 hours. But the point of the story is they were able to get back to me, explain how the mug printing process works, use screenshots and examples and how-tos and everything from their website to help me better understand the process, and then issued me a refund, which is basically Printful store credit that I could either deposit to my bank or use to get a replacement mug, which is what I'm doing when I get the white one. And that all took less than a day. And I was very, very impressed. Super impressed. I did not contact them about my game mat because upon further review, it was all user error. It was not Printful's. This one showed up in 4 days. This came to me before the mug. This showed up much faster. I was super excited when it came to my door. And then I opened it and realized it's a behemoth. So yeah, there you go. I am so far very impressed with the products. We have also made a cell phone case using a Splatterhouse design I created, and we also did a Splatterhouse patch that you can iron on or sew. When we get a little more funds, I'll buy those samples so we could review those as well. Because my biggest thing is I don't want to sell anyone a product I would not want to own myself. So that's why I make sure I get samples of everything I'm going to put in my store just to see how the quality turns out. But there you have it. Now I did, like I said, update the store to have the better version of this art piece as the gaming mat and a better version of this on a white mug with no discoloration. I might re-upload the black mug option with just a little disclaimer in the future, but we'll see. But if you want to purchase a white Game Over Ganon mug, or a gigantic Splatterhouse gaming mat, or some patches or phone cases, just keep an eye. The link to the shop will be in the description below. As we keep ordering samples, I will keep telling everybody our Printful experiences. I will keep everybody informed on the quality control that we receive, and I'll also let everybody know how the process of making all this goes. But until then, I am Mazer. Thank you for joining me on this Printful review, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.